Hey everyone, how's it going? So this is my mid-season finale review of The Walking Dead Season 10. Obviously, this will contain spoilers for tonight's episode, so please be aware of that. This is the last episode of the year. The Walking Dead will be returning in February. I will go back to posting weekly Q&As starting on Wednesday. If you're new to the channel, what usually happens during these breaks is that they'll usually reveal a bunch of information sometimes, and so I'll do videos on that and everything. I'm actually thinking about doing videos on The Mandalorian, so let me know what you guys think of that. I'm 3 episodes in, obviously there's only 3 episodes out right now, and I'm really enjoying it. And so if you would like to see reviews on that, just post down below, and if I get a big response, then, well, not a big response, but just, some kind of response, like people actually want me to do it, then yeah, I'll definitely do that. So if you want reviews like that and news breakdowns and stuff like that, just make sure to be a subscriber. Now for tonight's episode, I would say that, actually, first of all, I did guess quite a bit right, or not quite a bit right, but there's a few things that I mentioned in my trailer breakdown, I think, or it was in one of those videos. I mentioned them literally falling into a trap, and that's exactly what they did. What the hell? But I will say that tonight's episode was a little bit underwhelming in certain areas anyways. Certain moments definitely shocked me. Well, I'll talk about that in this video, but this first half of the season definitely focused on an aspect to the series or aspect to the storyline that, yes, was needed. I definitely wanted them to focus more on Michonne and Daryl and more on the Whisperer stuff, but it seems like the focus for this first half definitely was on the paranoia. It was definitely on Sadiq and Dante, and just the fact that Dante was a whisperer. Like, that was the big thing for this first half of the season. And again, I love the reveal of it all. I love the whole thing with Sadiq, like his death and what we got in tonight's episode. It was really enjoyable, but I wanted some other stuff with the whisperers, like stuff with Alpha, even getting her death in tonight's episode. I'm glad she's still going to be around though, because the second half of the season is going to be chaotic, but I guess that's probably what it is, right? Like all the real exciting stuff is going to be in the second half of the season. I wish we got a little bit in this first half, but it's hard to tell what Angela King is planning. It could be worth it, right? It could be worth the wait. But with some storylines, I was satisfied in tonight's episode, but there was a couple of them where I'm like, I don't know. I feel like we could have got a little bit more. First of all, the whole Dante Whisperer backstory was shown and explained. It was revealed, exactly how Dante got into the community and how he didn't know Lydia. A lot of those plot holes were fixed. We talked about that earlier in the week. Dante's plan was revealed to Carol and Daryl. That whole scene I really liked. And I did enjoy the whole paranoia storyline this season. It definitely was an exciting part to silence the Whisperers. I didn't want it to be the whole focus though. And I think the issue that I have with the paranoia storyline is that it focused mostly on Sadiq. That I don't have an issue with. Obviously, I really like that character, but I wish Daryl or Michonne was attached to it a little bit more, that the reveal of it all was just, I don't know, it feels like our characters are just kind of everywhere. The whole reveal of Dante being a whisperer or whatever, that wasn't really a reveal. It was kind of revealed to Sadiq. We saw Rosita fight with Dante a little bit, but that was pretty much it. The next shot, Dante or Daryl has Dante like tied up in a chair. I wish there was more explanation there. I wish we would have saw Daryl's reaction, and yeah, because pretty much right after that, Dante dies by Gabriel. That was nuts. That was probably my favorite moment from tonight's episode. Gabriel just went nuts on Dante, just kept knifing him like over and over. And I called it too, because earlier in the episode, Dante said something to Gabriel like, you guys are too weak, or something like that. Like, you guys would never do that, and that's why you guys are weak, or something like that anyways. And I was like, okay, Gabriel, the look he has on his face, he's thinking about it. He's probably going to kill Dante later. And then he just went like crazy on his ass. And so for Dante as a character, I definitely, I'm happy with what we got on the show because of his violent death, because of that little yell that Gabriel let out. Like, it was such a brutal scene. I love that scene so much. Probably one in my, I shouldn't say top 10. There's so many amazing scenes on The Walking Dead, but it's up there. Probably top 20, top 30. Really crazy death. Probably my favorite Gabriel moment, that's for sure. Also, I am kind of wondering something. I'm wondering if the walker skin found in the premiere by Aaron and all of them, if that was from Dante, because they look similar. That could be confirmed tonight on Talking Dead, but yeah, I'm kind of wondering about that. Walker Sadiq was amazing. That shocked me. I was not expecting that. Also, is it just me, or is it weird that no one really cried over Sadiq? I don't know why, but no one was like breaking down crying from what I can remember anyways. Like, Rosita was really upset. It didn't seem like she was crying though. No one was really that upset, and it could be explained as, well, it's been a few hours, this and that, but I don't know. The show has kind of had this problem for a little bit. Like, characters don't really react appropriately to certain other characters' deaths. You would expect Rosita to be crying like crazy, you know what I mean? Or you would expect something from Eugene or Gabriel, but they just look extremely sad, and that's pretty much it. I wish that it was fleshed out a little bit more. The funeral scene was definitely really sad. I can't remember exactly what Gabriel said. It was something about the earth and like, we're going to return you to it. We're going to rise you or something like that. I love that. I'm not religious or anything like that, but just hearing that, I was like, Wow, I felt that. But yeah, that's basically it for the Sadiq and Dante storyline. The next half of the season will focus on something completely different. This was the focus for this first half, and overall, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this part of the storyline. I wish this wasn't the main focus, though. I think the Whisperer stuff should have been more of the main focus. I don't know. I think there should have been more of a focus on actually trying to fight back, or I don't know. This is probably just a part of the season I'm not that big of a fan of. I mean, I'm a fan of it, obviously. There was a lot of moments in this so far in this first half that were just amazing. Negan and Beta, Negan breaking out, a lot of fun stuff in Alexandria beforehand. I mean, I liked all of that. Sadiq's final episode, I really, really enjoyed. The reveal of that was fun, but the Whisperers have been pretty quiet this season, which is kind of weird. Like, they are definitely involved. They're obviously involved in the story. It's the second half of the season where I think it's going to get really, really nuts because we're actually going to be fighting them. And yeah, I can't wait for that second half because I think all of us are going to prefer the second half over this first half. We did get a little Easter egg probably for the final season of The Walking Dead. Judith says that she's collecting stories for the future. Obviously, as kind of a nod in a way to the ending of The Walking Dead, where Carl has his book of his father. It's like Rick Grimes or whatever. The stories of how he survived and how he built Alexandria. So Judith is kind of doing that right now. She's recording everything. And yeah, I imagine that book right there is going to play a big role in the endgame for the series. Also, nothing came of Ezekiel and Carol, which was kind of frustrating because that's what the mid-season finale felt like, I would say. It was just not enough answers. You know what I mean? I don't want to sound entitled. I really hope I don't sound entitled, but I was expecting a lot more. Like Ezekiel and Carol, they had a nice scene there. They talked about Sadiq, and it was kind of shocking actually, because Ezekiel was just talking with Sadiq, and Sadiq's the only other person that knows of Ezekiel's illness, and now he's dead. And yeah, we were just talking about Sadiq like he was just alive and he was reacting to Ezekiel's illness and all that, and then now he's dead. I mean, I really realized that, holy shit, he was dead when Ezekiel was talking about him. I was like, wow. But nothing. Ezekiel didn't even reveal anything to Carol. Like, I feel like if he would have revealed that to Carol, that would have made this mid-season finale feel a little more satisfying. Like the last 7 or 8 episodes really like meant something. Obviously, it still means something. And I think this is kind of the frustration with there being a mid-season break. I feel like if they released this week to week on Netflix or something like that, it would be much more enjoyable. We wouldn't have to wait that long. There wouldn't be just a random cut in like the middle of the season because it is kind of weird. There was some Gabriel and Rosita stuff which got pretty heated. It's hard to say what side I'm on. Obviously, I understand Rosita's side. Obviously I do. But you can also understand where Gabriel is coming from. I mean, Gabriel, he's essentially the leader of Alexandria. He's making these big decisions, and we know he's a good person. He's just under a lot of stress right now, and yeah, I don't know. I can sympathize with him, and obviously as well with Rosita too. It's kind of weird how there was like this love quadrangle, and now it's broken up. Eugene is with some other girl, or he's eventually going to be anyways with the radio storyline. Sadiq is gone. And now we have this tension between Gabriel and Rosita. Rosita kept focusing on, in tonight's episode, surviving. You know, she has to survive for Coco, which is kind of scary. Like, just her bringing that up. It's like, don't bring that up. Not on this show, because that probably means you're going to die soon. Now, Virgil was introduced. He saved Luke's life and all that. They chased him down. They found him at an Oceanside. And yeah, I mean, I really like this character. He's really awesome. My mercy prevails over my wrath. That was brought up, which is kind of nice, because obviously that reminded Michonne of Sadiq. Sadiq recently died. That was a connection to Carl. I love that little Easter egg there. Also, Virgil apparently lives on an island, which is really, really interesting. And he may have weapons to kill the Whisperers. And so Michonne just left with them. And again, another cliffhanger. Not enough answers here. Just it raised a ton of questions like, where is she going? What is it going to be like there? Is there going to be a Rick Grimes mention or something there? This one I'm okay with. I'm okay with this being a cliffhanger because this was kind of what I was expecting anyways. I wish there would have been something with Rick on a radio or mention of like, you know, she goes to this island, she's in this room, she sees on a board Grimes, and she's like, wait, Grimes, do you know what Grimes? Somehow through there it's revealed like Rick's alive, and then she kind of freaks out or something. Like I said, the second half of the season has all the answers, and just it's annoying that we gotta wait another 2 months. But this definitely set up Michonne's exit. I'm hoping it's Rick related. I really, really am. As of now, like if it's not Rick related, I'm just thinking somehow she's going to come back with all the weapons and then she's going to save everyone in that trap. And I'll talk about that in a second. She'll kill them all. And then that shot of her with that bandana or whatever that is that she has over her head and Lucille, like that's going to be kind of related. She saves everyone and then maybe she dies because of that, or I don't know. It has to be Rick related. I'm praying it is. I don't want her to die. I don't want her to just leave or go to this island, and it just can't be a death. You know what I mean? If it's a death, I definitely will be very, very disappointed just because of the possibilities with Rick and all of that. Like I'll be really annoyed with that. But as of now, it's looking really good. There's probably only 4 more episodes left until Michonne leaves. She might not be in every single one, so yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see where this goes. Daryl confronts Carol in this episode. He says, like, you never got off that damn boat. I'm the one you tell, me. Which I really liked when he said that, because Carol starts crying and she's like, you know, she says that she's trying, and yeah, that was a really beautiful scene. And when Daryl said, I'm the one you tell, me, for some reason, I thought of season 2, the whole like Cherokee Rose storyline. It actually felt like Daryl and Carol. I'm not saying others, like parts of the season and stuff with them hasn't felt like them, but just for some reason, that scene there, it felt like season 2 Daryl and Carol. I really enjoyed that scene. But yeah, they literally fell into a trap, which is just hilarious. I didn't think any of this was going to go in that direction. I think the stuff with Gamma was, I think Alpha definitely set up Gamma. Daryl probably doesn't believe that. Daryl probably believes, oh, Gamma just set us up for this. But Aaron's like, no, like, I believe her. Like, she wouldn't have done this. I believe what she said. She has a nephew, like Adam's her nephew. Her name's Mary. She told us a lot of information. She wouldn't be lying about this. There's something more here. And I'm on Aaron's side there. I definitely think there's something more here. I think Aaron or Alpha set up all of them, but I wasn't expecting it to be a literal trap. Like I was saying that they're probably going to walk somewhere and fall in, which they basically did. I guess they didn't really fall in. They kind of did. I was thinking they were going to fall into something that like Rick and Daryl fell into, and this they kind of fell into a cave or something like that. I don't know where Alpha went. But yeah, that's the cliffhanger for this first season, or for the mid-season finale. It ended in a very, very similar way to the mid-season finale of last season, and I enjoyed this episode overall. I did. Like, I want to see where their characters are going to go. Now I'm actually really excited to see where it's going to go. This first half, I've been excited going from episode to episode, but mostly because I was expecting something to come like near the mid-season finale. We didn't really get that, at least in my opinion. It was a little bit underwhelming, but like I said, I am overall satisfied. I'm satisfied that the Whisperer Paranoia storyline is over, and I'm excited for the second half. The big reveal for this first half was Dante, and I mean, maybe it's just me, but I didn't care too much about that reveal compared to all the other storylines. Probably because Dante's a newer character. Still lots of fun though. There just should have been a little bit more with the Commonwealth, or at least something with Eugene and that woman on the radio, or another hint at Michonne's exit, something with the Whisperers, maybe something with Alpha. Even Negan, like he was completely absent from tonight's episode. Just, yeah, I don't know. I just need a little bit more. But post your thoughts down below. Let me know what you guys all thought about tonight's episode. What would you rate it? And also post your predictions for the mid-season premiere down below. I will do a video coming up very, very soon for that, breaking down that trailer. So make sure to be a subscriber if you want to get that and on future Walking Dead videos. And yeah, thanks for watching.